Welcome back again, class 12th. In the last lecture, we have seen the deviation produced in the prism when the light passes. If you remember, you can see here, the light was monochromatic. Monochromatic means a single color. That is why after refraction and emergent, all the rays were of single color. But now, today we will talk about dispersion. What is dispersion? The spectrum, the splitting of white light. The splitting of white light into its constituent colors when light passes through a prism into its constituent color. This phenomenon is called dispersion, and we are not going in detail about this topic. We will talk about the angular dispersion. So what is angular dispersion? And the second topic, dispersive power. Then few numericals and something extra. For that, consider this is a prism. Same way, a white light falling on the prism, white light will split into its constituent colors, but I am showing only two colors, the extreme colors, one red and the second violet. And then after, it will still deviate, means emerge from the prism. So this was red and the violet. These are two colors. According to definition, the angle between the two colors, any two colors, I am taking the red and violet. So produces backward. At some point they will meet. So between those rays, means between those colors, whatever the angle is formed, this angle is called angular dispersion. The angle between any two colors is known as angular dispersion. So, talking about the angular dispersion, what is that? The angle between two emergent rays. The angle between two emergent rays is known as angular dispersion, and that two color may be any one out of 7 colors. How? Just see this. In this ray diagram, you can see the deviation not only by the single color. Now the two colors are there for red and violet also. To calculate the deviation, let's draw the incident ray further. So we will get the deviation produced by the red one and the deviation suffered by the violet color also. And we can say the angular dispersion is clearly seen that the angle between the emergent rays. So here the deviation is del for the red and for the violet also. So we can differentiate between them, means we can difference of them to get the value of theta. So del V minus del R, which one is more? Del V deviation of the violet color is more, so del V minus del R will be equal to the angle theta.
So angular dispersion. So I'm not going to explain it again, the same diagram here. So we can see here del V is greater than del R, so del V minus del R will be what? The difference of the angular deviation of these two color, and the difference of the angular deviation here is known as theta angular dispersion. So let's write here first, that is theta is equal to del V minus del R. And considering the prism is very thin, so we can write here what? Del is equal to, if you remember, del is equal to n minus 1 into A. If you remember in the last lecture, the minimum deviation for a thin prism is n minus 1 into A. Same way here for the violet, nv minus 1 into A, and for the red, nr minus 1 into A. On solving this, this is the angular dispersion for all.
Our next topic is dispersive power. What is dispersive power? It is the ratio of the angular dispersion, suffered by any two color and with the mean ray. In general, if I am talking about the two colors red and violet, so dispersive power is the ratio of the angular dispersion between red and violet, and the mean color will be yellow. And the dispersive power is denoted by the letter omega. Let's see. The omega is the ratio of the angular dispersion theta with the deviation suffered by mean ray. I said I am taking the red and violet, the extremes one, and the mid as yellow. Why yellow? Because our eye is very sensitive for the red and the light green. So between those, the mean ray becomes yellow. So theta is the angular dispersion upon del y Do you remember delta y, the deviation in prism for the yellow color? So angular dispersion upon deviation suffered by mean ray. So theta upon del y. Let's go in detail further in sheets.
As dispersive power is defined as the ratio of angular dispersion and the mean color, see here again. So dispersive power omega is equal to angular dispersion theta and the deviation for the mean color. Further, this can be written as like this. So del v and v minus 1, del r and r minus 1, and del y and y minus 1 multiplied with a. So a will be cancelled from all, and this minus 1 and this minus 1, this minus 1 will become positive, so cancelled. So what remains? See here. So we got omega is equal to nv minus nr upon ny minus 1. This is dispersive power. This is for the mean color because of violet and red. This is mean. If suppose two different colors are there, so whatever be the mean color will be here also.
Some remaining topics which are related with the angle of deviation through the prism is right now here. See this.
So limiting angle of incidence, what does it mean? First understand this. Suppose a prism has refractive index small l, small n. The incident light comes with the angle I, and then it suffers refraction. Now the light is going from denser medium to rarer medium. Means what will happen means whether refraction means the light will graze or the total internal reflection, whatever will happen, the phenomena, it depends on the angle of incidence here. So first draw the normal. I have drawn the normal and named that this is R1, this is R2. According to this angle, the phenomena will happen. If R2 is less than, means this angle R2 is less than critical angle, so the light will go out. If the R2 is exactly equal to the critical angle, so light will go through this path. If the light R2 is greater than the critical angle, so light will return. So the question is, what should be the minimum value of this I so that the light will not return in this path? It can refract, means emerge, or go to the surface, but should not return to the same medium. So accordingly, if I changes, so R2 will also change. So what should be this value? So suppose if I am naming this, the maximum possibility of the light is going through this path. After this, it should not be done. So let this is I again. So to differentiate this I1 and this is I2, we have to calculate this angle so that the light will not return to the same path. That minimum angle, what should be that? Let's do that. It is clear that the I2 angle is 90 exactly, because if it suffers the grazing angle, so I2 will be 90. And as I2 is 90, so R2 will be what? Critical angle. So let's write this. Using this trigonometric identity, cos C is equal to under root 1 minus sin square C. So let's calculate the cos C first. We know that the sin C critical angle is equal to the 1 upon n, means the refractive index of the medium. So cos. Now as the light is passing from this medium to this medium, making the angle I1 and R1. So we can write the Snell's law. Now since we know that R1 plus R2 is equal to angle of prism, so we can say R1 is equal to A minus R2, and we know that R2 is what? Critical angle. So instead of R1 we can write A minus C. This is R1. Let's use this value here. So this is the equation. We have to calculate the minimum angle I1. So let's calculate the sin I1. So sin I1 is equal to n times sin A minus C. Sin A minus C we can split into sin A minus B equation. Sin A cos B, cos A sin B. Let's see. So see here, sin A cos C, cos A. Still further see here. So n times sin A is as it is. Cos C we have calculated already. Cos C is equal to this thing. So putting that minus cos A sin C, and we know that sin C is equal to the refractive index. This is sin C, 1 upon this is here. So now n is cancelled. So what is the meaning? Sin I1 is equal to sin A under root n square minus 1 minus cos A. So this is the minimum angle of incidence so that the light will not return to the same medium. Now next topic is grazing incidence and grazing emergence. Means the light will come grazing incident and it will emerge with grazing. So see the diagram first. So this is the grazing incidence for the light, and now grazing emergence. So this is only possible, the right part, this part, when this angle is critical angle. Now suppose the light is coming from this path, so it means this is also possible when and only this is also equal to C. And if we will join this, so we will say that this is any point, we can say point E. Now we have to calculate the value of angle of prism so that the light will do this situation. So here we can say the angle of incidence is 90, the angle of emergence is also 90, so this angle is remaining angle. So if we see inside, the C plus C and plus this is equal to 180, and due to the quadrilateral, the opposite angles, as these are the 90s, so A plus E is also 90, naming this A. So I'm writing that first. In this triangle, all the sum is 180. For this again, this is 90 and 90, so opposite angle A plus E is also 180. On comparing this, we can say A is equal to 2C. So it means if the angle of prism is equal to the twice of the critical angle of the material, so if the light is coming grazing, so it will emerge also grazing. So that called grazing incidence and grazing emergence.
Now let's move to the numerical section. But no one is asking any numerical except few. I was thinking that you will ask many number of questions such a way that I will make one video only for the numericals and doubts. But no one is asking except few. Please do ask questions. It doesn't mean that everyone will start asking question 1 and then means suppose I have 50 students in my class. So roll number 1 will ask for the question 1, roll number 2 will ask for question 2, roll number 3 will ask for question 3, and roll number 50 up to. It doesn't mean that every student will ask one number of question. Just honestly do question. If you are facing problem, then ask me. But it doesn't mean that just put random numbers, sir please this one. Do, solve, and then ask. I will help you. Your doubts, your numericals and all. So let's see now.
So chapter 17, question 4, based on the minimum deviation. The refractive index of a prism of angle 60 degree is 1.62. Means the prism angle is given 60 degree and the refractive index is also given for sodium light for a particular color. Find angle of minimum deviation, means we have to calculate del m. So let's write what is given and what to calculate. So we have the angle of prism, refractive index, and we have to calculate this. We know that the equation relation between the refractive index and the minimum deviation. Let's write it first. On filling the values, refractive index, del m we have to calculate, angle of prism 60, and further half of 60 is 30, and sin 30 value is 1 by 2. Putting that 1 by 2 with the 1.62. Here it is. Moving that sign to that side, this will change to sin inverse 0.81 is equal to remaining del m plus 60 by 2. And the sin inverse 0.81 value is given in the question, I think, that is 54.1 degree. Let's use here. So here it is. Cross multiply now. So on doing cross multiply, this will be there. So let's calculate del m now. So on further solving, the minimum deviation comes to 48 degree. So same process, only put the values and keep doing, but don't split because this is angle. Keep doing and you will get the value finally 48 degree. Sorry, for not 48, 48.2 degree. This is the, it's another question from chapter 17, and the question number is also 17, based on angular dispersion and dispersive power. The refractive indices for light of violet, yellow and red respectively are 1.632, 1.620 and 1.613. What we have to calculate? Find the dispersive power of the glass. First of all, I will do so, but I will show you first how to calculate the angular dispersion. So here the extreme colors are violet and red. So if we can calculate the angle, means these are the refractive indices. Suppose it is given here the angles, so we can find the difference between the angles, so we can calculate the angular dispersion. Another way to calculate, if you remember, that was NV minus NR into A, theta. But since the angle A is not given, so if suppose the angle of prism was given, so what we will do, the difference between the refraction index of violet and red. So this is for violet, this is for red. So 1.632 minus 1.613. Whatever will come will multiply it with angle of prism, will give you the angular dispersion. And now, but what we have to calculate, we have to calculate only dispersive power, and we know that in dispersive power, angle of prism was cancelled, so no need to for angle of prism. So let's calculate this. These are the values which are given in the question asking for dispersive power. Let's write the equation. The equation of dispersive power, nv minus nr upon ny minus 1. Let's fill the values. After filling the values, then after this on further, this gives you value. This was the question of 2005 ISC board exam. Another question, question 18, chapter 17 of 2019. It was set in 2019. The deviation produced for violet, yellow and red lights are this. This is del and respectively. Calculate dispersive power of the crown. Let's write the given first. These are the deviations. Let's write the equation to calculate dispersive power. So we know that for a small angle, theta tending to 0, so sine theta is equal to theta. We can use this way to solve or direct also. I'm using the direct equation. So on putting the values, omega gives this value.
Here I'm ending my session of this class. In the next lecture we will see further topics. Till then, be safe and take care.